Okay, I was taking a look at Google today just to have a look for some places to go hoon around in my car basically, and I was quite impressed to see the 3D buildings capabilities. So let's have a little zoom in on Hull, which is where I live. This is England. There's River Humber, Sperm Point down there on the right, and that's the River Humber. So we'll just fly down and have a look at Hull. Here we are, just flying down nicely. So if you notice here, Hull is an old fishing port town. So these are the main docks. There's the city centre. I'm going to zoom in a bit more there. And down here we've got the docks, well, some of the docks. There's the old one, that's the old burnt out one, which they're going to take down. Very old docks, those. There's some more of the docks. What I'm looking for is the ferry terminal. There it is. There's the ferry. As you see, it's quite nicely, I mean, it's not brilliant. The detail of the images isn't brilliant, but you can actually read the, well, I can't read that because it's backwards. That's the Pride of Rotterdam, which is the North Sea ferry, P&O North Sea ferries. Out there is the petrochemical works and further docks. We'll have a quick look out here. Saltend, or yeah, it's BP, Saltend. So we fly back down through the docks. Here's the Marina. So basically we're kind of in the centre of Hull here. There's the tidal barrier and the deep. That's the sort of aquarium. What do they call these water places with fish and stuff in them? Anyway, that's Hull's version of that. There's a tidal barrier, A63. Here's the Marina, and that's the Hull's World Trade Centre, which is a building for offices. Fly over the Marina. So even these are kind of rendered. The old warehouse buildings. Flying over, that's Prince's Quay Shopping Centre down there. And we're kind of right in the centre here. This is Queen Victoria Square. That there is the Whaling Museum. And if we just come around to the right a bit, that is in front of Prince's Quay is the Farron's Art Gallery, and there's City Hall. What else have we got for keep spinning around? There's the BBC building there, just in front of this fountain. There's apartments in there as well. The BBC is in the kind of bottom bits of that, and some of the upper floors. This is Queen's Gardens. Oh, here is the centre of local government. Now I thought this was called the City Hall. Oh, it's the Guild Hall. That's what this is called, the Guild Hall. That's right. And the Hull's Court buildings there, next to the church. There's another church there. You see the Humber back over there, the Holy Trinity Church. Just want to spin around and show you. That's the Wilberforce statue, and this is Hull College. And there's a bit more of that's the construction or the climate change, energy change, whatever they call it now. And there's a performing arts building for Hull College. Spin back around and head down into the centre. Just pull up a little bit, you get an idea of where we are. So we're now flying down. This is the main railway station. The station hotel there down on the left, and there is the railway station, or the Hull interchange as they call it now. And here we're coming around the back of St Stephen's shopping centre. Huge Tesco's, massive place, and there's other shops inside there. There's the main kind of walkway. Really impressed with this 3D. It's kind of, it's unbelievable really. It's come on a long way since I last looked at it. Google Earth Pro wouldn't do this for me. So there's the entrance to St Stephen's with a hotel sticking out the top. If we bomb down here, there's the old Hull Daily Mail buildings. Beverly Road off in that direction, up more or less to the north. But if we head west, up Springbank. We're flying down Springbank now. How long have I been recording for? 4 minutes 40, okay. Oh, there's Jackson's Bakery. Jackson's Bakery there. And also here is the Polar Bear Pub. Sure, it's to be developed down there, but there's the bakery. That's where a lot of bread gets baked. Look at these. There's a big graveyard here. Oh yeah, and just up here, That's Hull Fairground, that's where the fair is when it's in town. Should we carry on up here a bit? I can show you, there's Hull City's football stadium, football and rugby. I think that's Hull FC as well, are in there. But it's quite nicely rendered. It's not as good as the full 3D one, but you can kind of see the football pitch there. So let's fly back down here, a bit more of the graveyard. So these houses down here, that's called the Dukeries. They're a popular place to live, but I got lost driving around there, trying to pick somebody up the other day. I had no idea where they were, and you can see why. They all look the same. Nearly used a bad word there. Down here, this is Prince's Ave. One down here. That's a taxi place now. There's Pave and a few other bars down here. So carry on. Carry on, fly down here. Here's Pearson Park on the right there. Just zoom up a bit, see Pearson Park. There's the pond and the playground. There's the ice cream place and drinks and toilets. There's little gardens, conservatories there, little animals and stuff in there. Just have a quick fly around Pearson Park. There's the bowling green, and there's a little archway, not brilliantly rendered, but that's the archway. So if we come back out of Pearson Park, fly around here, there's Queen's Pub, and up here, here's Ella Street. Now we're now on, this is called Newland, this street up here, there's the bridge, Newland. So here's Ella Street, another popular place to live. And we've passed by the avenues. So some interesting things. Let's see what we can see. Oh look, there's a trampoline in that garden. That's interesting. I wonder whose house that is. Anyway, we'll go down here. We can't get under the bridge, that seems to be blocked up, but obviously you can drive under there. A couple of bars here, can't remember what they're called. And down here, oh, we're still going. And the quality of these graphics isn't brilliant, but it's good enough. There's my house down there. And so we'll fly up a bit and fly over to Cottingham Road. And we'll just have a quick look at Hull University, because that's up here on Cot Road. This is Hull University campus and site. Really, and there's a sports field at the back, a cricket pitch, squash facilities. It's quite a big piece of real estate, that big old place. So if we head back out, I'm just trying to get my bearings again, so I've got slightly confused with what I'm doing. Okay, there's Springbank then, so we're back down Springbank, and we'll head back down to Beverly Road. There's Hayworth Arms down there on the left. This is Beresford Ave. We'll just pop down here, have a look up to the River Hull. So there's a little bit of park around here. There's the River Hull. That there is a wind turbine. Looks like a very dodgy lake there, and a couple of swimming pools. Wind turbine's obviously not rendered, but it's not bad. Interesting little street. Looks like there could be a Porsche Boxster there parked at the end. Not sure. Anyway, let's fly back out of Beresford up onto Beverly Road. Kings Road Estate. You can see Orchard Park over there. I'm really going to turn it down here because I'm heading to Beverly before we hit 10 minutes, and we're already 9 minutes in. So let's head up to Beverly, down Beverly Road. Here we are, there's the main roundabout with the Beverly Bypass. That way over the bridge to that area, which I can never remember what it's called. It's quite a new development on the north of Hull. So here we go, down Beverly Road. There's a couple of garden centres. Look at all those greenhouses there. It's quite fertile land for growing stuff, I believe. I have no idea actually what I'm talking about. I just made that up. Church Corner. Been around there at some speed at times. Not as fast as I'm travelling now though with this. So here we go, Beverly Road. This is where the new bypass is going to be built. Looks like the imagery is not quite up to date here. So there's Beverly in the distance here. We'll just fly in as he would drive. Past the Beck. There's Beckside. There's Beverly Beck. Heading down there. Very nice. Beverly back. That's where the old Transport Museum was. Here's Beverly Sports Centre with the sports fields. And this is Beverly Minster. Large church founded by St John of Beverley. This is much easier than flying my helicopter. If we fly down here, something I noticed as I was looking earlier, if I can find out where I am. So it's flying over. This is my mum's house and garden. The space here. And what can we spot down there? Right down there? Yes, my little yellow car. So these must have been, 215. They were taken 2014. They were taken last summer. I can date that picture. August 2014. That's when I parked my car there for a week or so when I went off on holiday. So flying a bit more Beverley. There's the main council buildings. But if we fly down here, we can get to Wednesday Market. And there's Wednesday Market down there, and Tall Gavel, which splits off, and into Saturday Market. There's Saturday Market. There's the Picture Playhouse, Beverley Playhouse, Swabby's Yard, a few pubs. They have a market there on a Saturday, would you believe? There's the Market Cross, and there's St Mary's Church in Beverley, and there is North Bar, which seems to be a little bit of a problem with the height there of the thing. You can drive under that. Doesn't look like that. So it looks like the edge of where the 3D is, just here. You can see it's just flat everywhere else. Anyway, we can fly up onto the westward. We'll just fly up here. That's where you can fork left up to Walkington. But here's Beverly Racecourse, where they race horses. Huge thing. And the field here is where they also will fly model aircraft. A lot of model aircraft flying goes on there. There's Burton Bushes. Really nice old bushes, pretty much undisturbed. Very nice indeed. Golf course, parts of the golf course. There's the actual main golf course building for Beverley Golf Course with a mill, an old mill. That's a good point. Where's Black Mill? There's another windmill here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's Black Mill, right on the top of Beverley Westwood. So we fly off. There's the chalk quarry. This is great. I mean, the way this is rendered in 3D is really quite realistic. You can almost believe you're there. So out of the chalk quarry, and we'll fly over to past this development. That was Delapole. That was a mental institution. It's not anymore. And up to Walkington. This is Walkington Village, and I think now we're on, how long we've been recording, 12-13 minutes. So there's Walkington there, Beverley in the distance, and there's Hull, and Cottingham's all mapped as well. If we fly back, we're now in Cottingham. There's Cottingham Church. We've flown over it very, very quickly. So I'm heading back into the centre of Hull. Strangely, the Humber Bridge isn't rendered on this. Back over the football stadium. There's those coloured... I'll tell you what else is here. Hull Royal Infirmary there, that's the main hospital for Hull. That's the Hull Royal site. Back to the station, in the centre, Queen's Gardens, the Deep. Oh, there's the new bridge, Millennium Bridge or whatever it's called, to the Premier Inn. I mean, that bridge basically serves that hotel. I'm not sure what else it serves. Back to the Deep and the tidal barrier. More docks out that way, more docks out there. Witnesses not modelled. So that's Google Earth with all 3D stuff, and I think it's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with the way Google Earth's working now. If Google Earth Pro